Hello, good morning. So in today's video I will be discussing the request from one of my subscriber and client, and at the same time my student itself. So the topic for this morning is about the tools. What are the tools and its function from the fireworks document. Okay, so to begin, let's create first a blank document. So the width is 500 by 500 pixels and the resolution is 80, and then click OK. So pressing Ctrl 0 will fit the entire canvas on the screen. So let's start. So first we need to use or create at least one object. So assuming we want to create a rectangle, and these are the properties of the rectangle, and the fill color effect default is black, so we can change this one anytime. So we select yellow or green, and then the fill color is green and the stroke line color should be black, and this is the thickness of the stroke. Assuming we want to change this one from 1 as default, change it to 3. Okay, so next, position the mouse pointer anywhere within the canvas to create or project a specific rectangle object. So a positive sign as your pointer appear on the canvas representing deviated, or we are using the rectangle tool. So click, drag, and then release. So the properties from the rectangle will automatically be applied on the object. So we may now use the tools to apply. So click pointer tool. The shortcut is VN0 or VNO. That will be the shortcut key for the pointer tool. Okay, so let's zoom in by pressing Ctrl positive, and then H for the hand tool for us to be able to move upward, downward to navigate the object. Ctrl positive again for a clearer and nearest view. So let's now use the pointer tool. So these are the nodes from the object. This is the scroll bar, horizontal, vertical, and this is the horizontal. So we can use this tool to change the movement or the size of the object and the appearance by positioning on the nodes. Click and drag. It will resize the width. Okay, so pressing Ctrl negative will zoom out, and then this one is for the height. Click, drag. We can also use this one for the height and the width. Click, drag. Okay, so that is the function of the selection tool. So we can select other tools within this tool by clicking this arrow down. So clicking this arrow down will have option for us to be able to navigate, resize, and distort. So we can use the scale tool. Select behind tool, then this one is the scale tool if you want to resize a specific height, a specific width, or both the height and the width at the same time. So clicking this one will activate the scale tool. So we can use this one for the width, we can use this one for the height, or we can use this one for the height and the width. Okay, so these are the 4 nodes that we can use for resizing the height and the width, and this 2 is for the height, and this 2 is for the width itself. So that is the tools that we can use for the scale tool. So next we can use the skew. next tool from the scale. So we can use this one if you want to bend specific object. Okay, so we can also use the other one, the distort, and then clicking the object will create different appearance for the object. So pressing Ctrl negative to zoom out, so we can change the movement, and then use the pointer tool to maximize or fit the object on the stage or on the canvas. So by clicking the white canvas, and the gray is for the clipboard, so click fit canvas to display the whole object. Okay, so that is the distort, skew, and scale. So you can also use this one, the sub-selection tool. Okay, so sub-selection tool is different from the pointer tool. So later we'll use the sub-selection tool. Okay, so let's delete first the object, and let's try creating another one, and then selecting different colors. Create object, ellipse, click drag. Okay, so we can use the sub-selection tool. So pressing the sub-selection tool will change the size of the nodes. So this one can be precise, or it can transform from one design to another. So we can change this appearance by positioning the sub-selection tool from the nodes, then click drag at the middle part of the object to project a specific output. Okay, and then we can move this one to change the other position. So we can also still move this one, or we can extend this one outright, going out. We can move this one to project other design. Okay, so this is the function of the sub-selection tool. Okay, so you can still move this one to project different design. Okay, so that is the main purpose and use of the sub-selection tool. So but still we can apply changing of colors from any part of this object by using the pointer tool and then clicking the specific object. So if you want to change that color, so we can apply any color. Okay, so since this is a whole object, so it applies the entire colors that we select or we choose. Okay, so we can also add effects, filter effects, by clicking the filters from the properties inspector. So click this one and then select shadow and glow. So we can add drop shadow, and we can add effects for the shadow. So the distance is 7, so change it to 12, and then this will be the opacity or the gauge of the shadow, so we can change it to 100%, and this is the softness. So this is the hard, that is the density or the gauge of the shadow, so we can change it to 12 for us to be able to blur something here, and pressing enter key will apply the effects. Okay, so it blur. So that is the sub-selection tool in resizing, reshaping the object using the nodes. Okay, so next we have the crop tool. So crop tool can also be used in different form, but it applies only on specific pictures or images. Same thing with the Marquee tool. So the Marquee tool can only be used in cropping a specific picture. So this is not a picture, this is an object within the application. So we can also include or use object outside from the application, which means we can import or place picture on the canvas. Okay, so let's remove this one and put it outside the canvas. Okay, so next we need to import first the specific picture by clicking import. From the file drop down menus, click import or select import or by pressing Ctrl R. Okay, so import, and then we look for a specific picture, assuming this one, this one, and then click open. And then as you notice, the pointer of the mouse changes to reverse angle, representing that we are on the import. So click drag. This will be the size and the width. The height and the width of the image will be projected. Okay, so release the mouse button and then it automatically imports the specific object. But there are some other ways to import a specific object original copy. So this is also a second copy, but it will not be looks like the original. What I mean is the resolution of the specific object. The object is a picture tab. So pressing Ctrl positive will zoom in the object. As you notice that is pixelated, it's because we only use the import. So if you open the files and then copy and paste it on the specific document, it will get the actual resolution of that object, the picture object. Okay. Example, we want to trim the other side of the object of the picture. We want to cut this one. So make sure the active layer of the bitmap should be present or selected. So use the Marquee Tool. The shortcut key is letter M. So clicking this one will change the mouse pointer into +1. So click drag for a specific area. So select the specific area that we want to trim and make sure this one is selected. So we can lock this one to protect from any modification and not to be deleted. Okay, so this is the selected object, and then click drag layer, and then pressing the delete key will automatically erase a specific part or portion of the picture. Okay, so pressing escape key will disable the existing marquee. So we can also apply effects from this picture by adding different filters available on the fireworks. So we can add bevel and emboss. So let's try the outer bevel. So this is the sample. So we can change other option aside from the flat. So we have the smooth, it changes the appearance. We have the frame, slope, frame to ring or ruffle. Okay, so let's check, let's try the frame 2. So this is the available design. So we can change the width from 10 to 5. So this is the softness, we can change it to 10. So this is the contrast, so we can change it into 100%. And then we can also use this one, the preset, yung button preset. Okay, so there are samples here, so we can also change if we want. And then let's try the existing options that we set from the object or the picture. And pressing enter key will automatically apply the appearance or the options that we select among from the frame 2. Okay, so let's zoom in. So this one will be an effective way if you want to add enhancement from the pictures, and then we can still modify or change that or remove the specific effects from the filter effects. Okay, so if you want to change the color, so just simply always select this picture or image, double click the preset, and then it will goes back to the settings. So to add more settings, we can also add another effects, filter effects, by clicking the positive sign, add live filter, and choose a specific filters available. So example, we want to drop a shadow, and then this is the default shadow for the settings. So we can apply this one by pressing enter key or by balancing the 7 for the distance and the softness. So we can also select 7 by 7 and the opacity is 65, and then pressing the enter key will automatically be applied. Okay, so this is the sample. So we can also preview this one along with this application by clicking the quick export and then select it preview in primary browser. It will always be defined in the default browser that the application set. So okay, so click this one, and then here is the sample. Pressing control positive key will zooming in the specific object. So control 0, and then let's close this one. Okay, so next we can use the Lasso Tool. So Lasso Tool uses differently from the Marquee. So but the main purpose and goal of this tool is to cut or trim a specific object using picture. Okay, so press Ctrl 0. Escape. Ctrl 0, and then let's import again one picture. Okay, so click file and select import, and then select picture. So assuming let's use this one, click open, and then click grab. Okay, so let's remove this one, and then let's bring this one at the center of the canvas. Pressing Ctrl positive with zooming in, zooming out. Control negative zoom out, Control positive zoom in. So assuming we want to crop this woman, the image of the woman from the object, so we can zoom in using the zoom tool, click, drag, and then release. So we can use the Lasso Tool, lock the previous layer, and then use the Lasso Tool. Okay, so then position your mouse pointer on the area that you want to crop. So click, drag until it highlights the entire portion of the picture. Never release the mouse button until you totally selected a specific area that we want to crop. Okay, and then okay, so that is the specific area that you want to crop. Press Ctrl C to copy first, and then press Ctrl X to cut. Okay, so we can paste it. So we can paste it on the document by pressing Escape key first, and then pressing Ctrl V as in victory to paste the object, and then that is separated from the existing picture. And then next is click drag to separate the specific picture. So we can still manipulate object by adding effect same previously with a specific filters. Okay, so click, so we can use the blur. Let's test the blur. Okay, so as you notice, the object applied the blur effect, filter effects. So we can still change this one by pressing Ctrl Z and then select more effects. So other, convert to alpha, find edges, noise, add noise to make this one a sharper image. Bevel, so let's select the inner bevel. So click inner bevel and then that will apply to the object. Change this one to 2 to lessen the effect, and then change this one to 5, and let's make it 100% for the opacity. Okay, so pressing enter key will automatically be applied. Okay, so let's zoom in, control positive. So that is the effects. Okay, so next we have also the magic wand tool. So magic wand tool erases the colors which is nearest to the specific effects. What I mean is it always depends on the tolerance that we can apply. Okay, so position your mouse pointer to the area where we want to remove a specific colors. Assuming this one, the wall, so we can click this one. Oops, what happened? So let's select this one first. So press escape, lock this one, click this one. Okay, so click. So this is the selected area based from the properties of the tolerance. So hard, and then we have the tolerance is equal to 10, so that's why this is the area which is relative to the options that we indicate on the properties, or this is the default as of right now. So we can change this one and then add more tolerance 25, pressing enter key and then escape first. So tolerance is 25 and then let's click this one. Okay, so it expand the options, the range of the area for the object that we want to remove or delete or erase. So pressing the delete key will automatically erases or deleted, will automatically be erased or delete a specific range. Okay, so that is the use of the wand tool. Okay, so pressing escape key will disable the option. Okay, so next is the brush tool. So we can also create drawing, freehand drawing by using the brush. So clicking the brush tool will create a specific drawings that we want to apply for our canvas. So pressing positive key, control positive, will zoom in. H tool for the hand tool, letter H, and then the brush tool is letter B as in boy. Okay, so from the hand tool, pressing letter B will change the mouse pointer into a brush. Okay, so let's create these two same block. So click drag. Okay, so it caters a lot of memory, so that's too far from what I expect. So maybe if you don't use the video recorder, so it will automatically create lines from cursor position. So this one representing the logs of the memory of the RAM of my computer. So that's why drawing needs a lot of resources from the memory, including the processor speed for the application to run smoothly. Okay, let's try again. Click, drag. Okay, that's very far. So you can try this one using your computer without using the specific screen editor. Okay, so that is the main purpose of this tool. And then pen tool or the pencil tool, let's try this one, and then click, drag. This one is very accurate. From pointer position, it generates a specific object, custom design of object. So we can use the pencil tool to demonstrate, to create a specific output. Okay, so that is the pen tool, and then this is the eraser tool. So let's try the eraser tool. So eraser tool will erase a specific drawing or trim a specific portion of the picture. So let's try this one. Click, drag. Okay, so it won't work for this object. So let's try on the picture. So hopefully this will take effect. Hopefully this will take effect when we use this tool. So click position first and then click, drag. So same thing with the brush tool. It's because of the memory consumption for this specific object. Okay, so we can use other tools. So I think I need additional RAM for my computer to work efficiently and accurate. Okay, so let's lock this one and then let's create new. But before we lock this one, we need to remove the objects from the canvas and bring on the other side. Okay, so let's select this object and then let's move it on the clipboard side, and then so this is the findings that I discovered. It's because of the following reason. Okay, so first we should set the resolution to 100% and set first the resolution to 100% and the recommended screen resolution and the recommended screen scale. So this is 100%, so 1:1. So and then let's try using the eraser tool. So by default this is the eraser tool. So if I want to erase this portion, erase the object from cursor position. Okay, so as you can see, this is the eraser tool pointer, so it really erases the specific portion. And then let's check the brush tool. So the brush tool also create result from cursor position, but if you want to change the resolution, it will not be as accurate as like this one. So I check the recommended, it is 150%, and then I close this one, and then I'll go back to the document, Ctrl 0, and let's try again the eraser tool. So this is 150% scale, so click, drag, it totally erases but not on the cursor position. So same thing with the brush tool. So from the brush, that's too far. It's because that is 150% from the scale and the highest resolution as recommended. Okay, so that is the findings that I found out. So if we're going to use the application fireworks, so make sure that we set the resolution to 100% from the scale and highest resolution as recommended by the system. Okay, so that's all. Thank you. And then let's create now the line tool. So line tool creates line automatically from cursor position. Okay, so click drag, click drag, click drag. So this is the use of the line tool. Okay, so we can change the color by applying the stroke line color, green, and then let's change it to red, and then let's change it to yellow. Okay, so that is the line tool. So we can erase this one, and then let's try to use the pen tool. Okay, so clicking the pen tool will create lines as well, but this is one of the different kind of tools that we can use. But to make this one efficiently, so we need to add guide from the ruler. So click drag, grab a guide from the top, grab another one, let's project this one to create a line. Okay, so zoom in by pressing letter Z, zoom in on the area that we want to create or create a lines using the pen tool. Okay, so pen tool, click the pen tool, this is letter P, position from the intersection between the two guides, click, position, drag, and then click again, position, drag, position, click, drag, position, click, drag, and then this will be the end of the guide. This will be the end of the nodes to connect the last click, the last line for the object. To the first node, it will close the object and the pen tool will be deactivated. Okay, so you can change the size of the stroke line by changing from the default thickness. Okay, so click drag and then type 1 or press number 1 to apply, press the enter key. Okay, so we can change the colors of this object, the line, which is the stroke line. Okay, so we can apply now the color for the object using the fill color. So click this one, apply different colors, it will automatically be applied. So this pen tool is most probably used in creating a map, tracing a map. So we can do different shapes from the pen tool. So this is the other way around how to use this tool. Control negative, and then assuming we want to create a map, click this one, click, drag, click, and then click, do not release, and then drag to create a bend, and then click, drag, and then click, drag. Assuming we want to create a custom design of the map. Okay, so the X is closed. Okay, so whatever the default colors that was set up on the fill colors and on the stroke line, it will automatically be applied once the nodes already locked or closed. Okay, so but still we can modify the colors, add effects from the object. So we can change the color by selecting the fill color effects from the properties inspector and or from the color toolbars. You can also use the fill category. So gradient can also be applied. Whatever the colors, existing colors that we have from the fill color, it will also apply, use as the default from the gradient. So we can try this one. Okay, so we can move this one from one location to another, or you can reposition this one to change the movement of the colors for the effects. Okay, so but still we can use different category from the fill. So bars, linear, cone, radial. This is the radial. So minimize, that is the effects of the radial. We can interchange the colors by clicking this one, and this one will be the other way around. Okay, so that is the radial effect. So you can change the color or add more colors from here. Just simply click once and then change the color by double clicking this one. One click, left click, and then select from the color palette the available colors, the colors that we want, assuming this one, and then it will automatically be applied. Okay, so we can remove the stroke line by selecting the transparent button. Okay, so once we zoom in, we can view if the line or the stroke was already removed. So using the pointer tool to select the canvas. Okay, so as you notice the outside layer or line was removed. So but still we can modify the object by clicking this one and then selecting a specific nodes and then click drag. Using the sub-selection. So position, click drag, click drag. So we can resize, reshape. Okay. So we can use this tool to reshape and modify the effects. Okay, so that is the use of the pen tool. Okay, so we have the oval, ellipse, and there are a lot of available templates from this tool, so you can choose, select, and then apply it. Okay, so click drag, and that is the output. You can still change the color from here. You can change from radial to solid, and then the default will be applied, and then you can add filter effects depending on the option that you want. So inner glow, inner shadow, or the glow. So the glow represent the outside glow. Okay, so you can change this one to 3, change this one to 100%, and change the color that you want to apply, assuming black or white. Okay, and then press enter key, and then it will be displayed once and for all. We change the background colors. Assuming you want to add more, another glow, click filters and shadow and glow, select glow. Okay, so we can change the white, we can change this red from red to black, and then click this one to from 12 to 7, and then from 5 to 7 also, and the opacity of the effects of the black should be 100%, and then this is the offset, so we can change this one to 3, and then let's check, that is the offset. So we can change this one to 2 to adjust, or we can we can use the 1. So that is the effect, and then pressing the enter key will automatically be applied. Okay, so these are the possible tools that we can use, most especially for the object, or we can also add text. So text can also be applied into different effects. Okay, so next we need to do other effects. So let's say, for example, add more effects. Okay, so next we need to add more effects. Shadow, drop shadow, and then apply 5 and 100%. Blur, opacity, softness is 5, and then the color gray, dark gray, or you can use the blue. Okay, and then press enter key will automatically be applied. Okay, so let's preview the output. What will be the output of display? Okay, so the other one was will not be displayed. It's because that was saved on or located on the clipboard on the grayscale background. So this is the canvas. So we can change the color of the canvas. Clicking on the white canvas and then change the color from white to green, dark green. Okay, so let's preview to see the output of this design. Okay, so this is the output. So we can immediately preview the result of our output within the browser, but we can also for us to be able to determine if the design is fit on the target browser, but we need to change the resolution of the object once we want to create a design. So right click and select display. So this will vary depending on the design that we want to where the design we want to apply. For example, the client or the customers want an output which can be fit only on the 1024 by 768 screen resolution. So click this one and then keep changes. Let's check the output from the fireworks. Okay, so click this one and then let's preview it on the browser. Okay, so this will be the actual. So once we press the F11, which is full screen, so we can display this one on a full screen format using 1024 by 768. Okay, so press escape, F11, and then close this one, and then let's set again the default screen resolution from 1024 to the default settings of the Windows operating system, so which is the recommended 1920 by 1080 resolution. Okay, next keep changes and then let's close this one. Okay, so control negative or control 0 to fit in the window, and then let's remove this object to create new one, and then let's put it on the clipboard. Okay, so next we can remove the guide by clicking dragging outside the canvas to eliminate or remove the guides. So we already use those tools, and then let's check this one. How about this one? So rubber stamp tool. So I never use this tool, and then this one can be applied to the picture only. So let's try the blur tool. So this is the manual blurring of a specific portion or part of the picture. Okay, so file, import, and then select a specific object. Okay, let's try this one. Click open and then insert it on the canvas. So control positive, zoom in. Let's say for example we want to blur this part to protect the owner's right. Okay, so use the blur tool and then let's try the default, and then position the mouse pointer here and then click drag. Okay, so let's try the intensity to 100, and then the size will be 50. Okay, so let's try this one. Click drag. Oops, what happened? So 5. Nothing's happened. Control negative. Let's try. If where will be the effects? Okay, so I think we have a problem. Intensity, size, let's create 1. Let's try again. It's not functioning on Windows 11. Okay, the effect was applied in here. Okay, let's try again. Control negative, and then let's use the blur tool from here. Okay, click drag, and then let's create this one 50. This one is 100. Enter. Control negative. So let's try. Where will be the effects? Something wrong. As you notice, it applies in here. This one getting blurred. So we can still try this one later without choosing the application. I think this one eats a lot of memory. Okay, control 0. So that was the blur tool. You can use the text tool to add text from the specific stage canvas. Assuming we want to add caption from this picture, so click the text tool and then set the size of the text 20, the colors for the text white, and the type of the font that we can add that we need, the type of the font that we need to use, that we want to use, kind of font that we want to use and apply on the picture. Okay, this one Adams. Click here and then type. This was taken 6 years ago. 6 years ago at Legazpi City. Okay, click pointer tool, move this one here, and then we can apply effects. So filters, shadows, 3, and then 100%, and then we can change the movement of the shadow. Okay, and then enter. So Pressing enter key will automatically apply the shadow. Okay, so we can emphasize this one by pressing Ctrl C and then pressing paste 3 times. 1, 2, 3. It sharpens the view of the text, including the specific shadow. Okay, so let's preview it on the browser. Okay, so this is the sample. So now we can close the application in the browser. You can go back to the fireworks, Control 0, and then next is donut, that is the object, and free form tool. So I never used this one before, so let's try. Free form tool. So this won't be applied. Okay, so free form tool. Scrubber tool. Path scrubber tool. Okay, so I'll discover that soon. So let's create another one. Select this object, bring this one outside the. Okay, so this is one of the troubleshooting that I found on how to use the blur tool. I reset again the scale to 100% and then the resolution recommended to the highest resolution as recommended by the system. Okay, to apply the blur tool, so I already selected the blur tool and then I'll position to specific part of the image that we want to blur, example my face. So I can click, drag, and then as you notice it goes blur, and then click, drag, goes more than the second time around. So this one can also be blurred. Click, drag, then click, drag. And also, so we can also blur some part of the object, some part from the picture. Show me this background, click, drag, so that is the use of the blur tool from the Adobe Fireworks CS3. Okay, so let's now continue the previous lesson. Thank you. I think this could be applied on a specific object. Let's try. Okay. So this one is a big help also. I think we can add more nodes. So let's try clicking this one. Okay, click, drag. So reshape area tool. Okay, so this one will customize the shape of the object. So that is the use of the specific tools. So what we call this tool? Free transform tool, path scrubber tool, path scrubber tool, additive, and subtractive. So this was the first time that I used this tool. Okay, so this is a good tool. So we can customize the curve without using these nodes. So it will automatically create nodes once the object was reshaped or resized. Okay, so this is a good tool. So I don't know if we can use this tool on the pictures. Okay, next is the knife tool. So let's try this knife tool. What will happen? Knife tool, click, drag. Okay, let's try. Click. Okay, control negative. Knife tool. So click, drag. Okay, so this is a custom tool that you can use to cut a specific area. Okay, so removing portion of the object. So this was my first time using this tool. Okay, so we can eliminate portion of the object. Okay, from the word knife, that is cutting a specific object. Okay, so knife tool will be disabled once knife tool is disabled. It's because we don't have a specific object to be cut. So first we need to select the object, and the knife tool will be enabled or available. So let's try this one again. Cutting this one, click, drag. Okay, so click, drag. Okay, so click, drag. So we can remove this part. So press delete. Okay, so this is the purpose and use of the cut tool. Okay, so let's try. Click, drag. Knife. Okay, then press the delete. Okay, so that is the knife tool. Next, to remove this one, bring this one outside from the canvas, bring it on the left side of the clipboard. So let's try now using these web tools, the polygon at spot and the slice tool. This is all used for adding a specific link for the picture. Okay, so assuming you want to add first the rectangle, so click, drag, and then release, and then we want to create label. Add text tool, and then select 15 from the font size, and then color should be black, and then position on the background white. Click, and then type. Caps lock enable. Control positive, zoom in, and then type file. File, space 3 times, 1 2 3, edit, 1 2 3, and then view. Assuming we have 3 drop down menus, select the hand tool, click, drag upward, and then let's use the slice tool. So position, click, drag, and then that is the slice tool. So we can now add a specific menus from the file. So use the pointer tool, click on this button, and then select add pop-up menu. Okay, next type the content for the pop-up menus of the file, assuming open. So open, and then type the link, and then the target, and then save. Type also the link and the target, press tablet, and then exit, and then the link and the target. Okay, so click next, and then you can apply different colors from the drop down menus. So assuming This is for the text, so black, and then the background should be light gray, and then the colors of the highlighted or effects for the on state or the mouse over, zooming from yellow, it will be turned dark blue, and then this one should be white. Okay, so that will be the effect, or something dark gray, and then the text should be white. Okay, so all in a bold face. Okay, so they can use the HTML format to apply this one, or they can use the image to change the format of this menus. Okay, click next, and then spacing, padding, so this is the millisecond for the delay of the mouse over, and this is the properties for the borders. So border color, which is from here and from here, shadow color, which is the black, the dark gray, and highlights is white, so this is the white. And then click next, and then we can change the position of the menus from X and Y axis, or we can just simply add example 15 from here and 15 from here, and then click the done. So this is 15 for the X and this 15 for the Y. Okay, so we can move this one, click, drag, oops, sorry, so we can still move this one, okay, to reposition the specific menus. Okay, so next let's preview it on the browser. Okay, so once we position the mouse pointer on the file menu, it will display the drop down menus. Okay, so but we need to arrange the background. Okay, so let's close, and then we position a guide from here. So let's resize the object by using the scale, click, drag, and then this one also click, drag, and from here let's apply some effects for this one to be able to get the real outcome of the drop down menus. So let's use the gradient. Okay, so this is a good example. Then let's preview it on the browser, and then oops, this is really a good one. So we can change the content and the width of this one by customizing the height and the width. So click again, and then click once more, and then edit pop-up menus. So we go to the position or advanced, so we can change the automatic into custom from 29. So pixel, we can adjust it to 35 by the height will be automatic, or we can change the height from 20 to 25, and then click done. So that will be the changes. So if you want to change again, so click edit, and then go back to the position. So this one is okay, and then click the advance again. So from 35 for the cell width, we change it to 50, and the height is still 25, and then click the done. So as you notice, it changes the imagery. Okay, so let's now try to preview it on the browser to check the possible output. So this is the output. Next, close, and then you can export this one as an HTML format and embed it using the Dreamweaver application. Okay, so that is the slice tool. So we can also use this one if we want to add custom design for the web, if we are going to trace the map, assuming we want to create a map and then suddenly we want to add effects for the map. So first we need to create the map using a pen tool, assuming we're tracing a map, assuming this is the map that we want to trace. Okay, so let's make it a solid color, assuming this one is blue, and then let's trace this one using the web polygon hotspot. So first we need to zoom the object and then control negative, make sure that the entire object was displayed on the screen. Next, click the polygon hotspot and then let's trace this one. Click, drag, Control Z, so polygon, click until we reach the entire object. So adding this one will be the easiest way for us to be able to add links for a specific map. So this is one good way on how to trace map, and then adding some of the effects, especially creating and adding links from a specific map. Okay, so next click this one and then we can add over effects. So click, select add pop-up, and then let's try this one. Text label displayed here. Click done. Okay, so let's try moving this one, and then let's preview it on the browser, then click preview in browser. Okay, so this is the drop down menus and this one will be the label. Okay, so we can change the color based on the properties that we want, and we can add effects from this map. It could be in a form of shadow. Okay,